Hey guys, okay, you know the drill. Since I'm doing live, um, I'm gonna quickly check is everything functioning, working, and then and when you watch, yeah, it's kind of similar to the watch I got the T. Okay, I guess we are live. Okay, hey, what's up, guys? I'm EDCgunner, and today, oh, I have a watch addiction, am I? Uh, Today, I just want to talk to you about the new watch I got. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna give you the story how I got it, and it's a bit similar to the watch I mentioned already. To the watch, hey, watch lounge, what's going on? Howdy, yo. Yeah, did I got that right? Howdy, yo. What's going on? Okay, and last day of the 2019, the New Year's Eve day, I I went on a road trip with my weirded buddy and my wife, wearing the new grit watches, Monarch watches. These this watch actually wears really comfortable. Never heard of those watches. Well, I'm gonna have to Google them a bit later. So we went on a road trip. I saw the watch. It's a bit crazy buy actually, and I didn't want to miss it because it was a good deal to start with, but I knew I can negotiate, and definitely I know how to. And I brought my beater buddy. My wife was free that day. We brought her. We went on a little road trip, and we did a little mix and matching. And my buddy wanted to negotiate instead of me. And he's really funny when it comes to that, especially if you're not into that game. And I said, sure. My wife knows how I do my negotiations. I put a stack of money on the table and I count 50s or hundreds. But he has a different style. He stacks a 500 euro bill and then another, or it just stacks on top of that. So two different styles. Sometimes his work, sometimes mine work, but definitely was lots of fun. And I got a watch, and I remember when TGV got his Audimar's BK complication, the perpetual calendar or whatnot, and lots of people been, yo, that's a 33 mil watch. It's a girl's watch. Well, guys, I picked up a girl's watch myself, and you already saw it on. You already saw it on. But let me just quickly give you. It has a lot of subtitles, and the only thing it's missing, it's chronograph. It does not have a chronograph, but it is complicated watch. It's Piaget. Let me just give you the reference. It's 90s Piaget. It's on some places, actually in most places, they're calling it they're calling it the perpetual calendar with the date, month, and moon phase subdials. So this one has it all, but I'm not really sure is it the perpetual calendar or is it the gimmick to sell. I guess this I'm gonna wait for February to check it out myself. Just kidding. But some places they call it a triple calendar. So um, it's funny. I got it. I'm just gonna give you, trying to read you the reference. The reference is 15958, but we'll talk about that in a review. I want to do a proper review, but today I just want to reveal you the watch I got and talk how I got it. Uh, Basically, these days no one knows, no one, everyone has internet. They do a quick Google search, they check out Chrono 24. So they are hard bargains to be had these days, but once in a while these guys did search. He showed me the chrono listings and everything, but chrono listing for this watch is crazy money. Close-up shot. Close-up shot. I love the watch, but the only problem with me is it is. I'm gonna do a proper review, but there you go. My focus is running away a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna remove it, but you can see it's 33 mils, and I always said below 35 I cannot comfortably wear that watch, but I like it, and I was very worried about the size, but once I got it, I'm gonna take it off the wrist to show you a bit more. I like the watch, everything's fine. I like everything about it except the size. And the size is not a deal breaker because I think I got the cheapest Piaget ever. I did not got it for Seiko money, but I got it for like a bit more. Okay, and see, here's the back side. It's a solid gold 18 karat solid gold case. It has an in-house movement and very nice. This is a Vario strap, and it has a solid gold buckle, which I didn't bother to replace because it's still holidays here. So tomorrow I'm gonna go band shopping. I'm gonna try to find the perfect band for it. But yeah, and basically I'm not gonna say this is the watch I've been chasing, hunting, picking up, but I definitely feel a little bit like John Goldberger, trying to be ahead of the curve. And John Goldberger, if you saw his episode of Talking Watches, you can definitely see he has some really crazy watches, or like Ronnie M, he has some crazy shaped watches, and they do not follow the herd. They do not chase the blue, red, and blue watches, and which is fine. That's a cool way to do it. But I picked this one up. I didn't know what I'm gonna do about it. I'm still not completely sure, but I think I'm just might just keep it because it's a lovely dress piece. My wrist is bigger than TJ Ruiz, and this is not an AP, but it's a Piaget. It has a moon phase. It has a calendar with the day, date, month, and everything else. Super cool. I didn't know anything about it. I opened it to check out the movement, and at first I was thinking it's gonna be a GOC movement or ETA. And when I opened it, I kind of thought it was ETA. Then I did some research online. There's not a lot of information about this watch, but I did the research, and it's actually their in-house movement. And Piaget is known for making. Piaget is known for making ultra thin movements. They are pioneers regarding that. So these one of the first. Hey, thanks. They were one of the first who started to create the ultra thin movements with the 90p movement and everything else. And this is from the collection from the 90s. And this is like a missing link from the old early thin movement Piaget watches and the things they do today. And even today they are doing incredibly thin and cool watches. Thing is, they are not very popular. They are not popular at all when it comes to watch community, but they do have their brands. So this watch was late 80s, 90s. I think this is from the 90s. Back in the day, this was like a unisex men's size watch, and people didn't care about the size. And I'm not gonna talk about the size of this watch a lot. It's 15958 reference, and it says here, I'm looking at the Christie's website, there's not a lot of information on this watch. It was a part of Governor collection, the Governor collection, and that collection included chronograph, automatic chronometer, Grande and Petite Sonnerie, and those are all higher level complications than this one. So basically, I got the least complicated watch. I wish this was a chronograph on top of all of this. Then I wouldn't care about the size at all. But this house somehow, I've been wearing it. I don't know, since the new year. How many days has passed, and I gotta say, I love it. I enjoy wearing it on my wrist. It's like not wearing a watch on it. It's 33 mils, and let me just give you the other sizes. It's 8 millimeter thick, so it's very thin watch for automatic complication. And to me, I never liked the calendar complications that much, but I definitely enjoy this one. And lots of places on the line calling it perpetual calendar. Some places call it a triple calendar. So take it whatever you want. I like it. I don't mind the size. Obviously, it's not for summer, but under the dress shirt, under the cuff, under the sweater, it works for me. So I'm not complaining here. I love the dial. I did a little bit comparing. The dial is not an enamel dial. It's not a high-end finish like Patek dial or AP dial of Acheron, but it's very nice. Has a lots of details. Has a moon phase. This is my first moon phase watch with automatic complication. I had some quartz, and my buddy has a GLC reversal with a moon phase. I like looking at this moon phase, to be honest. I'm not really sure how to set it up, but yeah, I do like looking on it. I'm gonna wear it some more, and I'm gonna give you, it's 33 mils, man. That's the only thing that's wrong with it. So yeah, it's 33 mils, but I do not mind because it's very nice, I like it. And I never thought I would enjoy a watch that's below 35, but now I do. So have I seen something else? Yeah, it's a Piaget automatic movement 8532P. I thought it was an ETA based some sort of movement because they did a lot of that in the 90s, but it's not. It's a solid gold. It's very cool watch, and they are fetching their asking prices on this one on Chrono 24 is way too much. I even saw one on Watchbox. They're asking around $9,000. I paid nowhere near that much, and I wouldn't. But I think at the price I got it, it's a steal, and I think I'm gonna keep it in my collection because simply I like it. That's the main reason. That's because I like it, and I think it's a cool complication. So yeah, let me just check what's going on here. Watch one says 37, 38. I wish, man, I wish. Alb 5, am I reading this correctly? Alb V, EDC, hey, call me EDCG, because EDC stands for everyday carry, and gunner is because I like arsenal, so it's like connected like that. You can refer to me like EDCG. Official now, I'm calling it round. Yeah. Love your videos. Happy New Year. Greetings from Golden State, Californication. Cheers, man. Happy New Year to you too. I love Cali. Ever since Tupac dropped California Love, I love the Cali. I was a boy. I liked hip hop, and Tupac was my king. So yeah, very cool. I wish I think one day I'm gonna go to America. I'm not sure which day. Takes a lot of money, and to be honest. Sometimes we drop a lot of money into watches, but we should set aside some money and do some traveling. And definitely one day I'm gonna go to America. I'm gonna make a US tour. I'm gonna rent one of your muscle cars, American cars, because we love American cars here, and big Cadillac or something like that. And the bigger the better. And I'm gonna go and tour some of the major cities that all the things you should do, all the tourists should do. And my biggest, uh, my biggest, I'm gonna, oh, come over to Santa Cruz, California. We'll take you surfing with the great white sharks, just like the local zoo. Hey, whenever I go into the sea, I carry my Spyderco tucked into the shorts because you never know. And they always get rusted on me, but yeah. Anyways, I wanted to say, well, I spoke to a couple of my buddies, but you know, we here in Europe, we mostly drive stick shift, like you say, like manual gearbox on a car. And I know you guys in America, it's like rarity anti-theft device. So it was always my dream to go in America and be a cool guy who knows how to just drive stick shift, because here everyone is doing it. So just a silly story, but I think it makes sense. Watch One says, looking at my first Rolex this year, possibly Explorer or the Sub No Date, which you recommend? I love the looks and versatility of the boat. I always wanted a Sub. I always wanted a Sub No Date. I'm gonna cover, you said Explorer, so I'm gonna think you said Explorer 1. 214270 is the one that I'm interested in very much. It's universally loved, but I have a simple trick. I just visualize what I want. Sometimes I visualize the watch Explorer, White Explorer, sitting here on my desk, and then I'm picking it up and I'm placing it on my wrist. And if I can visualize it on my wrist, and I can, and if it makes me happy, then that's the one for me. And that's the important thing. So yeah. Well, I tried on the Sub date version at the local AD, felt perfect on the wrist, but love the No Date. Hey, man, if you, I always wanted the Sub No Date, but I got the Submariner Date, and I'm very happy with it. I always pick a watch without date if I can pick, but it's something you should overlook. Get the one you can from the AD, because they are pretty scarce these days, even from the ADs. And I always wanted to have a no date, but when my dealer, I asked him, you have a Submariner? He said he has a date 16610. I said, I'm taking it, I'm buying it. No thinking, no second thoughts, and I actually learned to love the date version, and it's kind of cool, and it's more iconic Submariner. The no date is a purist Submariner, but Submariner date is iconic. So whichever you can get for the better price, get it. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat the little things. This one was used from 2017 Pretty Mindo. Hey, forget the date, no date thing. I have a Submariner date, always wanted no date, but if someone would offer me now a no date to trade for my date, I wouldn't take it. So, and it's pretty, I like it, it's perfect watch. I know it's a cliche, every asshole has it, but it is a perfect watch. You cannot find a fault to it. So Explorer, I don't love the Explorer, neither 1 or 2, as much as I do love Submariner. I would love to have one, but I would not trade it for my Submariner. I could, but I don't want to. The Explorer 2, the wide dial power, it's like the Explorer for the guy who loves Rolex but doesn't want the attention of the Submariner day that gets. And definitely gonna get some attention, but most of the people will not notice your watch anyways on the wrist, because we live in the culture and the day that you Apple Watch or something like that on the wrist will get more attention than a normal watch. And this, but it also depends where you're from. So I wouldn't sweat it, date or no date, doesn't matter, just get it one. Just get it. And with whatever you got, you'll be happy with it. And if you're not, you can get rid of it pretty fast, and you can trade date if you don't like the date for a no date, and you can pocket the cash as well, because the date is worth a bit more. So don't sweat the little things, just grab it. Just grab it. I was sweating for like half an hour before I'm gonna go on my road trip. Should I get this one? This is 33 mils, man. You cannot wear it. It's not for you, and you're gonna be married to that watch forever. And then I put it on my wrist, and it's kind of cool. I dig it. I cannot explain it. I cannot explain this feeling when I'm looking at this watch. It's not my favorite watch, but it works. It works, and I like it, and I love it. And there will be a full review. There's not a lot of information on this one, and in a million years, I would, I was saying, I have a Piaget now. I would never say I would have a Piaget. It's like crazy stuff. And now I have a little inside joke with my bearded buddy who collects watches as well. And I'm telling him, I collect now just Piaget and nothing else. Just Piaget, Gégé Lecoute, and that's it. It's a nice watch. It's a nice watch. Oh, is it the Piaget? Oh no, nothing. It's not for me. So yeah, EDCgunner now officially. I collect only Piaget, Italian calf leather, from Vario, and Gégé Lecoute Piaget, and that's it. But it's crazy. I would never say I would have a Piaget, but you need to be more progressive, and don't sweat the little things, and don't pay over retail. It used to be don't buy retail prices for watches, and now it is don't pay over retail. And Rolex increased their prices a little bit, but it does not matter, because you cannot walk into the Rolex store and get a watch. Back in the days when I first started watches, I was dreaming of one day I'm gonna go to Rolex AD, maybe to Vienna or to Belgrade or to somewhere closer to me, but I was thinking Vienna. And I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna buy myself some Submariner, I'm gonna pay 8,000 euros. To be a lot of money, but I always wanted it, and that's it. But times change, times are changing, and now you cannot go drop a bunch of stack of cash on the place and buy a watch you want from Rolex. So that's it. Times are changing, and if you really like it, just grab it. Don't sweat the little things. And as far as me goes, I'm just collecting Piaget now. So thank you for watching, guys. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about my new watch? Is it a girl size watch? Oh, definitely it is, but I don't care. I like it, It's weird, quirky, and it's Piaget solid gold perpetual calendar with the moon phase. So yeah, how you like that?